Hello, friends. Today I will tell you about a short film by Australian screenwriter and director Tim Egan, which was released in 2016 and immediately attracted the attention of the internet. The director himself confessed that he wrote it, inspired by the sarcasm of his friend who had suffered severe depression. The girl described her condition as being like a dream in which everything was fine, but as soon as she woke up, a pain would wash over her, which she compared to a devouring abyss. And the main task of her life became the ability to hold on and not fall into this abyss. In the first frames, there is the ocean, powerful, intimidating, overwhelming in its force. Huge waves, as symbols of inevitability, roll in one after another, as if to say, if you escape from one, the second will surely catch up. The sounds of the waves are heard by a young woman who comes to on a smooth, curved concrete surface. She's on the edge, a moment and a fall into the frightening darkness below, and above only an unfriendly sky. Only a wrong move separates her from inevitable death. Therefore, focusing on her difficult position, she looks around and tries to turn to face the wall, but her soul slips, and she almost falls. Then she abandons this attempt and lies back down again. Taking a deep breath, the girl looks at her hands. The right palm is torn up against the rough concrete, fingers stuck together with blood. Her young hands slide over the formed puddles. The girl wipes her palms on her clothes, blows on the wounds, and does the same with the other hand. Her compliant palms allow her to grip more tightly. She pulls herself up a little. The main thing is not to hurry and not to give up. She repeats the action again, and again moves up a few centimeters. She can only help herself with one foot, the other bent unnaturally, and attempts to straighten it lead to the threat of falling. And then she notices the same bloody traces on the opposite curve. This means that someone else also desperately clung to life. She tries to pull herself up again and looks at the bloody traces. They clearly show how fiercely the person tried to hold on to the wall, climbing upward. The girl fights for every inch. She simply does not have the right to drop her hands. And in her case, it's not just a saying. And when the hope of salvation becomes tangible and almost real, the rain begins, washing away the traces of her predecessors. Her body slides down, and in despair, she screams, but no one hears her calls and does not rush to help. The girl tears off a large necklace from her neck and wraps it around her arm, trying to make it into makeshift spikes, and again presses her hands against the wall. She has no right to give up. The last frame, the curve is empty and virginally clean, only darkness below and the sounds of the ocean. The film is symbolic from beginning to end. The viewer knows nothing about the heroine, who she is, how she ended up in such a desperate situation, what this place is. The author explains nothing, leaving it to everyone to draw their own conclusions. So, it is also an allegorical film. People, of course, are different. Some, finding themselves in a difficult situation, simply wait for it to be resolved. Some take control and act, climbing with their last strength, and there are those who choose the easiest way and are ready to jump into the black abyss themselves. One thing is clear, even being on the edge, a person has a choice, to give up and fly down or to try to climb up, even if the hands or soul are in great pain. You should never doubt yourself and your strengths. A person must go to the end, to their goal, even if no one believes in them.